Now, if you don't have any activities or any plan that you want to do this coming weekend, I'll tell you where to go. Head to Sitegi because there's a marathon and there's an event that you can take part of and be part of the people that are going to impart for the rest of the community. Hello and welcome. Your Thursday edition of Temidlalo, just knowing that we are in the second month of the year 2023. A couple of issues that take center stage this evening include the yellow epilepsy half marathon that will be taking place this coming Saturday in Steg. We'll touch on that. We're having two special guests, Director of Epilepsy Eswatini, Mr. Abraham Jarinjali, in the company of Eswatini Athletic Association Communications Officer, or rather Communications Manager, Mr. Mavigani Dlamini. We'll also talk on logistics and how far preparations are going. What are the registrations numbers so far? Who is there? Who is not supposed to be there? And what are the prizes to be won on the day? So we'll touch on all the logistics. 3 years since the last tournament was held due to COVID-19. So we'll hear how far the preparations are going. Moving on, we'll also touch on the annual general meeting of the Eswatini Olympic and Commonwealth Games Association over the weekend. As you can see, different people were part of this special meeting, including board of directors, board members, all gathered there at Eswatini. Issues were raised, including a budget of $500,000 that was spent last year in preparations for both international activities and local activities. We hear also from our in-house analyst, also stroke journalist, Mr. Linda Dlamini, who took a visit to go attend the meeting and hear some of the concerns that were raised during the annual general meeting. Later on, netball, having ranked number 29 in the world for the first time in a long time, they had a strategic meeting to touch on different issues that are looking to improve the sport. The president of the Netball Association, of course, by the name of Ndombe Masang, believes that they're heading in the right direction, knowing that now they have started competing internationally. It's sad the moment that they couldn't take part of the upcoming 2023 Netball World Cup to be staged in Cape Town later this year, but they are very optimistic that come Uganda in April this year, they will be flying to Kampala to take part of the African Championships. All that is going to be here. Of course, we cannot forget the return of Tekball League that resumed this past weekend. We'll touch on how this colorful event in the company of the supporters, how it came back on a high note. Clubs and individuals also providing a special performance on the day. And later on, of course, we touch on today's activities under the M10 Premier League. Mbabane Swallows flying high against Tambuchi 3-1, a game that was played behind closed doors at the Prince of Wales in Mbabane. And of course, we'll have to understand that in the presence of the club's president, Mr. Bishop Luker, and the supporters who couldn't hold their thirst and encouragement to climb trees and trying to watch the game. I wonder what FIFA say when such events are broadcasted internationally. But beautiful goals were scored there, including a red card by their striker, Felix Badenhorst. Otherwise, the different platforms where you can watch us through YouTube, through Eswatini TV app, and of course, wherever you are, in the comfort of your seat at home, through Eswatini TV Skujan. Otherwise, without any further ado, I'm already in the company of Eswatini Epilepsy Director, Mr. Abraham Jarinjali, in the company of Communications Officer at the Athletic Association of Eswatini, Mr. Mavigani Dlamini.
Well, good evening to viewers of Eswatini TV. We're excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to be here. Goes. The deep blue ocean.
Yes,
my leader.
Anguvusele Fabrice, ngivusele nebalaleli. Nebabukeli be-Eswatini TV lamhla kusihlwa bhuti sitanato bhuti
Intanato
bhuti utadeva timnanzi
uthini manje
buta mina bhuti katsatona nje ngitanato bhuti.
Where are the roads heading this weekend?
Yes, Fabrice angibonge angisho ukuthi si Athletics Eswatini si ne partnership ne Epilepsy Organization. Lapho khona Fabrice sitaba ne half marathon lekuthiwa yellow half marathon letaba sembaga mhla ka 4 ku February, that is Saturday, the day after tomorrow. Fabrice angisho ukuthi lapha sina 3 wema races lesta wenda kune 5 kilometers kube ne 10 kilometers bese kuba ne 21 kilometers lengathi ibhekwe ngemehlo labovu lele 21. But nje angisho ukuthi my brother ema preparations ale half marathon asakuma advanced stages sesikwendile konke lefanele sikwende kuze ukuthi le marathon ibe success. My brother sifuna kuletha i-vibe lapha bantu basembaka nje because vele ngicabanga ukuthi ngibo labasihostile lele area le bantu basembaka nje vele isikhathi ukuthi bethe in their numbers kuze ukuthi into ihamba kahle le half marathon yethu. But nje bhuti wami umvakasho lokuthi namanje isevuliwe i-registration isengavalwa because i-target yethu kuthi lokungenani simane sibe na 1000 waiting gym ngalo Saturday.
All right.
So ke sisaphusha bhuti.
All right. Ngosi. Sisangakhuluma inombolo. You just gave us a proper introduction. Lo hlele ekhaya nje someone who's sitting at home is wondering, wow, it's exciting. You've just opened the show. We can even hear from the voice that you are present, you are in the studio, and it's been long. And you are one of the few guests who are here for the first time in 2023. But for the very first time, Babe Njanjari is in the studio, director of Eswatini Epilepsy. Ngiyamuva umlangeni wechaza nje ukuthi it's a marathon and it's yellow epilepsy. And I think it's yellow because of the emblem of the organization, because as epilepsy, the colors of epilepsy, it's yellow. But then maybe, because for me, I'm here on behalf of the viewer at home, epilepsy, athletics, kamba njani, kuhlangana njani, the idea behind this marathon. Kusinika nje sithombe, direct.
That's a very important question. Sikhuluma nge-yellow epilepsy charity half marathon. Siqale nje kutheni i-epilepsy is a condition lene stigma kubamfla abanyenti, and many people bacabanga ukuthi nawo ne-epilepsy kude longakwenda. So this year we are showing eMaswati and the world ukuthi nawo ne-epilepsy ungati engage kuma sports. You can do even well. Sinebantu labana kuma sporting activities laba winago now and again babe bana epilepsy. So that is the reason. You spoke about the yellow thing, you know, but it's our emblem. The reason why we are yellow is because yellow is a color of hope. It's a color lekunigeta lithuba lokuthi look at things beyond what they are. The brilliance that's in yellow is telling us that when you also have epilepsy, there is so much in you. So we are saying we are stamping down stigma. Epilepsy, abanga performi, abanga bikona ngma sports. And that is what we're about.
Still with you, Mr. Director, 3 years in the absence of the tournament. We last had it in 2019 due to COVID-related issues. But the next question is why down at Mbaga, like he explained, stay again anywhere around the area? Why there, and what are you trying to achieve with the presence of the event down there?
We are already building an epilepsy center.
Yes.
Mbaga. The very place like Tausuka Kona, Ipelele Kona le half marathon, in the epilepsy center. Labatabe bayile Kona, batabona would say, how much have we done? Because, as you have rightly said, Baykona yaba halted by COVID, yakina 2019. So lama proceeds legatfolakala ngale tot khatsi ibanjwa. Sakhona ukuthi sithole umhlaba siuthenge, sakhona ukuthi siqale safensela sakha the foundation. They will see the foundation and we will show them also the building that will be there, Letauba Kaya, or even administrative offices and a business center for persons with epilepsy. So sitsiteke asingayiletse emadolobheni, asingayiletse anywhere else, asiyimikisele. Another thing that's important, lenza ole yasiyathi selibonjeni iyashisa. Epilepsy nekushisa titsa letkhulu. That's why inombolo epilepsy kulenza ole yathi setulu kakhulu. Sitsiteke asonzele sibe lalapha labamfla abanye bakhona khona, so that le impact yethu itoba thutani itovakala thutani.
Right. Dlamini, ngiyathi ukuthi on the day, if I'm an athlete, if I'm willing to be a part of the event, of course, this is what I will need, just this, and maybe register and be part of the event. Khona le ngidibane naye edorobheni wangibusisa wanginika nawo, so kusho ukuthi ngikhona on the day Saturday I'll be there partaking part of the event, wearing this with these sneakers. Now, Dlamini, tell us the numbers in terms of so far registration. How far have you gone? You said your biggest achievement is to ensure that you get 1,000. In terms of numbers, how many now have you so far registered? And then you also touched on the issue, would see you trying to attract people from the area Mbaka. Kuba kumbuta nje ngibekise nje nga 21 kilometers lo mgwaco ukuthi nasithi 21 kilometers isuka kuphi ifike kuphi kusinika nje sithombe.
Okay, angicale la Fabrice lokuthi ema journalist akaswazi Eswatini TV ayayibona lento. Nangu yellow la. Lapha sikhuluma ngayellow and then niyibukele ukuthi lo yellow vele asimfaki nangu yellow.
Yabona ukuthi ba
amfethu. Niyazazi lezinto. Yes, Fabrice angisho ukuthi Fabrice ngawucala nganaye ukuthi khathi nesinengi uma kunema race la khona I road running ivama kufocusa kumbabane emanzini corridor.
Yes.
And uthola ukuthi labantu labangephandle le chance abayitholi ukhashane currency aba afford so nyalo le organization lena iflocal center lembaka. So we are saying labantu baselibonjeni lithuba labo leli lekwekuthi aba register la bete in their numbers so that itoba impumelelo le marathon sibathenga kakhulu bona because sisenzaweni yabo uma ngabe senzaweni yakho phana utshengisa ukuthi ulethelwe ngeke uze ugibele uthi petrol ute embabane kamanzini isekhaya lento so ke vele kasivele baphuma in their numbers aba register isengavalwa registration sitayivala by end of business kusasa this tomorrow kuyi Friday. Otherwise ngishilo ngasi Fabrice le target number the number sesi target number it's 1,000 athletes but kwanyalo sisena 598 and I believe lokuthi you know ukuthi bantu
usangena studio bethi 598.
yes but yawe vethi ya 1,000 mfethu ayibona yeah in fact ngibonile because senginesikhathi ngingu marketing and communications wehlise Eswatini you see uveta le marathon bantu beta nge11th hour so ngicabanga ukuthi sitawufika kule target yethu
Stawfika beautiful stuff
sitawufika and vele kwami kusho lokuthi vele namanje sitocela esiveni semaswati lokuthi akayisupport le epilepsy half marathon yellow nekuthi bede because sifuna kufika kule target yethu lesiyibekile kuze nje simple ba register before ngichubeke Fabrice angisho ukuthi because lana siya fundraiser sizokhona kwakha le center esashilo lapha direct so lana sithi I5 kilometers uregister nga 120 bese kuthi I10 kilometers kuba ngu150 bese kuthi I21 kilometers 21 kube ngu180
thina abantu 121 kilometers yes
batakurufa
yes 180
so but ke uma bentatha ngigroup of 10 ngetulu kuba le discount ya 10%.
Okay.
So we advising ukuthi emaswati akakhela la mahlaba bete by group but uthola le discount.
I want to go back to director briefly and touch on the logistics and everything, but apart from the experience in running the tournaments, what else are you offering for epilepsy? I mean, you are the association, you are the motherboard of athletes in the country, athleticism in the country. What else are you offering? It could be maybe water points, it could be anything. What else are you offering on the day?
Oh, okay. Thanks, my brother. Actually, I would say, let's start there because we are saying we are the custodians of the sport. So as let's say the expertise.
Okay.
But I would say the officials from the federation. Lokuthi yonke lemisebenzi lefanele kwenziwa lapha itawuhamba embili le federation ukuthi isupporta ifully behind le Eswatini epilepsy organization.
Director, on the day, I know there's a lot of logistics that's shared in terms of arrival. You get your T-shirt, you get your kit number and everything. But I've heard in corridors that there are funds on the day. I don't know, to be worn. Number one, what do you win? Even the money that has been put on hold to say this is for the event it's on, the figure itself, how much, and just to give us the details of the day.
Yes. Dingijim Delvela Gangwane.
Yes.
On this day, sengaveta nje ukuthi sishayelwe nebase South Africa. Khona la betako.
True.
They happen to hear, I don't know how. So kunjalo. Now, Dingijimi kunemihlomelo leminyenti.
Yes.
Kuna 50,000 emalangeni at stake. Lotawu sherishwa Dingijimi from number 1 to 10. Of all the 3 categories, las our name is PRO, Babe Nabomag. So in total, 46 medals, lama gold, including cash, lota upuma. Then every finisher, no mwabu buyeso ufika ngawane mini, will be waiting for you. Utayithola medal utayithola medal yakho ukuthi you participated in the 2023 Yellow Epilepsy Charity Half Marathon.
Yes.
In all the categories. Then sekunalamanye ke bo masters, grand masters, laba labatsala uthola ukuthi bakhonile ukuthi bashaya insambo kanemalanga bosekathe. Yes. So there is a total of 50,000 emalangeni lotawinwa ngemaswati.
Okay, I want to come to Dlamini and just talk about also the athletics. Is there any other details that we can expect on the day? Your aerobics, yes, normally aerobics. But before we go to him, Mr. Director, just to give us the picture. We cannot really get the pictures of how the building is, but maybe how far, when can we expect the center that you are talking about to be accomplished and to start assisting people living with epilepsy?
Our target is 2023. It's function.
Okay.
As I've already said, we bought the land, we have fenced it. It's about 5 hectares. It's not a small place. 5 hectares. So la paktaba nema business activities la manyendi that our empowerish and abantu epilepsy. Apart from having hosting administration offices there. So on top of that, there will be some tourism attraction things, since siyabona setute the airport KM3 international airport. Sure. So there'll be all of those. So now on lesekwendekileke, I've said sesifensele, we've already cast the foundation. Labatawufika nje batawubona foundation seyimile, ayikuthi kujiwe, seyikhongiwe, ready to put up the walls.
Beautiful stuff. Dlamini, quickly before we close, tell us the program of the day. Sifika ngabani, marathon icala ngabani. Kwaphela kwenekani quickly.
Yellow. Bhuti wami ngiyabonga. Angisho ukuthi sicela ukuthi Dingijimi ifike nga5 o'clock. Ekusente bese sikhona.
Futhi sine lesisuke embabani sifuna silale embaga ukuze kuthi sikhona kubamba.
Yeah, kufuneka lokho, kufuna kuplanwe bhuti. Kufuna kuplanwe. Sisafika nga5 and then I race isuka nga6 o'clock. Isuka kanye uma abe i21 ibheka emva kwami. I10 ibheka lesibhamisa ukhala once for i5 ne10 ne21.
True.
Ma routes akhona ehlukene. So we are saying 6 o'clock vele sicela bathi lokuthi lota ufika after lo 6 ngimvela buhlungu. Azama ukuthi sibambe isikhathi siyakhala sibhamu nga6 o'clock ayasuka ema race. Ngisho lokuthi ezisichubeka ataba khona lama water points whereby bawathethe ngapha nge simple example is Central Bank khona le ithethe nebaka water khona la bayithethe na Insta Cash khona la ithethe. So ngicabanga ukuthi ataba khona ema water points. So konke so far my brother kuhamba kahle, kuhamba according to le plan yethu. But nje ngidawuphinza futhi with your permission ukuthi allow me ukuthi ngiphinze ngicele futhi because we know ukuthi sinema clubs lesinawo emadubane in the country. Ngidawubekisa nje bo Golden Foot Club, bo Slojos, nana yansizwa. Yes. Zithande.
Yes.
sibe nabo correctional sibe nesemaphoyiseni sibe nema
EDF.
yes so vele sicela sigathe ukuthi bete in their numbers because sifuna ukuthi le project ibe yi success we need le support to raise lama funds ukuthi sikhone kwakha le project otherwise vele nema individuals now siwagatsile inzaba lemnanzi you see I like this man this man uthi ke manje ithe yemavikana uyathi ukuthi ngithulele likhulu librahman leli likhulu lelingasuki phasi librahman nyalo nje selivele seli cold room nyalo librahman sho ukuthi nje uma sifika lapha ugijinywa kungenwa kuma aerobics ashaya ufika isikhathi sokudla ibrahman yabo lapho ke sesirelaxile sekudliwa lenyama so putwami kutabe kumnanzi.
Thank you very much, Dlamini, for being in the studio. What a man he is. Whenever he's here, trust me, he excites us. Director, thank you very much. And I think we get an update on how things will go as the week goes. I think if it happens on Saturday, midweek, we should also have another report from your office or from yourself to get the report.
Yes, of course. As seshito ukuthi emalungiselelo vele sekaseqophelweni elisedulu. Those that have already registered, packages abo. La fire katsi, the string bag, your running t-shirt, your race number, and other goodies inside. Ataba ready by 11 kusasa. We've prepared everything. Ataba sa ready Mbabane. So those that are around Mbabane can collect them. But Laba, Fa Manzini, and the other places like Bonabombaga, Stegi, please call us. Call Mandisa at 7823-1902 or 7923-1902. Uto arrange us uyithola nini le mfoto yakho asifune kuseni le nasekumele kukhale sibhamu kusabangwa kokuthi abantu basafuna emana khonja ema race numbers abo everything is now on computer everything is now ready ukuthi siqale ukuthi abantu abahambe bayogijima.
Right. Ngicela director phinza igama nesibongo and the number for someone who's at home.
It's Mandisa at 7823-1902.
Okay. Mandisa wakabani ngoba ngisenga
Wakalukele. Yes, okay. Mandisa Lukele or 7923-1902.
Okay.
If you call that number, arrange ukuthi ukuthola nini kwakho, ukuthola njani kwakho, whether in Manzini or along the corridor, nangabe futhi uqhamuka kumbe kuboshishiselweni, arrangeka ukuthi nithola njani so that at least by 5:30 ekuseni on Saturday, wonke umuntu uphethe imvoto yakhe sewugqokile uready.
All right. Beautiful stuff. What I can tell you that wherever you are as an athlete, you also need something like this. So they can provide you the outfit, be it kit, be it also shorts, but you will need this to be in the good performance and be able to perform at the highest level. I mean, just one word, just pull me, just start a break. What's in? Start a break.
Yeah, Fabrice. Akaphume maswati akethi siyawamema atawujabula lena Fabrice ngicela umntaba ukhona nawe ngiyadi lapha bhuti kutabe kune razzmatazz kutabe kune vavavum kutabe kune vibe bese sidla ibrahman
razzmatazz vavavum
VVR vavavum vibe razzmatazz kudliwa ibrahman after lokho siphuza isopo.
We'll take a short break. When I come back, Linda Dlamini will be in the studio after the break.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds, full of wonder. You choose a path to awaken your senses, to feel the rush of life overwhelm you, a world to make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. You ask, and we give you the royal experience. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. There are but a few places on earth so special, so unique and so spectacular, where it becomes the rite of passage for the ambitious travelers, the courageous souls, to all have the one and only royal experience. That day when you look deep into your heart and leap into an ancient world so very different from your own, where magic, beauty, and love are shared forever, then you will have a royal experience. There is just one place on earth where the people make you feel a part of their kingdom, where you just might volunteer to awaken spirits, enrich minds, and work alongside communities to build, motivate, and inspire. This is truly the royal experience. When you dream of a different world, beyond the ordinary, beyond time, discover just how far you go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer. Now is the time for you to have the royal experience.
Now, still with you, of course, at Temidlalo, as we touch on different issues in our local sporting activities. I'm joined by our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini, who's also going to give us the bigger picture of what was happening over the weekend, including two major meetings by the Eswatini Olympic Commonwealth Games Association and the Netball Association. He attended those meetings and he was able to see some of the questions and the concerns that were raised by those associations.
Ngiyabonga Fabrice kumule ehlelweni lakho ngithuthukwa lokukhulu ngivusele wena Malwell viewers ngilesine nzambama Malwell viewers ngiyahlothi weekend basolo bagatsile ukuthi ngabe bekwendekani kuma sports lamanye necita wendekani futhi ngeweekend lesita kuyo njengoba sebashilo bumavikana ukuthi kuyombaka ke this coming weekend nobuka kuma athletics bashilo wasitabe kunenyama tsine malangeni inyama sedlela.
Ngibona sibongo sakho ngibona ukuthi uyasebenza on the day. So team is there now. It's a great initiative and I think I would love us to see Kulme next week Thursday once you've been there. So bonile ukuthi went again on the day the initiative, and I think I know you also want to see how the center how far are they going in terms of securing the place. But the bigger picture, Master, over the weekend you were at Eswatini during the annual general meeting of Eswatini Olympic Commonwealth Games Association. And I think one of the things you saw, issues of funds, issues of performance, issues of also attending international competition. But what is the Olympic movement in Eswatini trying to achieve in taking the likes of Swaziport, who are now, we're ushering them out. We should now be focusing to new upcoming athletes who are the future of the country. What are they saying? What's the plan? How did the year 2022 go for according to their response?
Fabrice, njoba usho ukuthi bekune annual general meeting mhlangano wokuphetha umnyaka wayo inhlangano lengamele imidlalo ema-Olympics kanye nema-Commonwealth Games lapha ekhaya khona ezulwini siyakhumbula ukuthi 2020 executive lensha yakhethwa yangena ku-Epholini bayo le nhlangano ka-IOGA bekhona ke inhlangano ngokwehlukahlukana kwato lebethi khona attend yona le annual general meeting nakuqalwa nje le meeting be 18 ama associations labeka khona la ato attenda lo mhlangano yaqala ke yona i-president wayo IOGA Adampoma Mthethwa wamukela onke malunga nakemukela malunga ke Fabrice wasiyabonga ne-performance lekhonjiswe ama-athletes noma badlali bemidlalo ngokwehlukahlukana onke lama sports including wona ema-Olympics ema-Commonwealth Games labeka se-Birmingham eminyakeni lophelile including na region 5 labeka se-Malawi lapho khona sabona baka taekwondo bathola medals lang 5 kuma-Commonwealth Games sabona Sibusiso agceza number 6 esigabeni se-200 meters kuma-athletes noma tingijimi leting-80 so unga-imagine lokuthi le performance yaba yinhle kanganani bam-honorisha ke yena Sibusiso ngesitifiketi se-honorishwa nguyo le nhlangano yaka-IOGA ngemsebenzi lawentile khona kuma-Commonwealth Games eminyakeni lophelile ngicabanga ukuthi it's a good thing kumotivator young and upcoming athletes ukuthi nawo atawufuna uku-honorishwa but ke Fabrice njoba sibona tithombe ukuthi yena naka honorishwa Sibusiso honorishwa ngayo le nhlangano and ke Sibusiso swaba ngumholi we-athletes commission lokusho ukuthi soyahlala lapha ebhodini yayo iyoga akhulumele tingijimi tonke nakakhulumela tingijimi Fabrice akakhulumeli baka athletics association only ukhulumela bonke labadlali besports bonke ngibo laba abahlangana bamkhetha wangena lapha tatsinva ke tinvo ngekwehlukahlukana kwato Fabrice namalunga aveta lokunye kwavetwa ke nenzaba yesprinter sprinter labanenge ngicabanga ukuthi basati lesi 7 days isikhathi lesithe safika nga1999
isithanza ukuphaka la
Olympic Africa 1999 le sprinter leso sibese sisiyathengiswa ke emalunga ke avetile ukuthi bayacela ukuthi kuphindze kuthengwe lesinye nangabe ku possible because besibasita ikakhulu the team sports bo handball nje bo volleyball bo netball basidinga le sprinter leso because bona bayi team sports bayibathina baya somewhere besibasita leso sprinter leso ngamanzi idinga letinto letavela ka Fabrice ikakhulu nesakhiwo lesitawuvulwa masinyane mhla ka 25 February sakhiwo i-headquarters yaka IOGA lelapha Olympic Africa lesakhiwo lesibite 2.5 million wemalangeni lefake imali Olympic emhlabeni nebaka Olympic Africa ngicabanga ukuthi nako finally IOGA seyitaba nema office ayo la permanent structure labatazivula masinyane.
They have been struggling, Master, because if you talk about offices, we know those who know Mbabane, especially in an area not industrial site, they used to have office opposite times, then they moved from opposite times and they went to Olympia Africa. But before we move on, Master, I'm interested in knowing that if Naubabuga, they gwangena a new office, wapuma the old term and with the old officers, but now we've got new faces within the office in the presence of the likes of, I talk about Adam Abomamtsetwa, one of the veteran administrator in local sporting codes. We talk about the likes of Maxwell Chele, talk about Pale, talk about Bozakele and all those people. Ngimbone na Zakele Zulu competitions, competition games. Do you see a difference? Are we growing? Because I think what do we care about for the viewer at home? What do you care about is the performance now. We've seen here sport taekwondo, they are going out and get medals. But when we talk about Olympics and Commonwealth Games, yes, we saw what Sibusiso did last year and the past 2 years in Tokyo and in England. Are you buying what they're saying? Are we growing as a country? Can we expect something not only from athletics next time, swimming, maybe boxing? Is there progress?
Fabrice, so I would say kuye kuthi nakunemihlangano le kanje bamvu bagaze ukuthi utawuphatha Sicwayi noma utawuphatha Lizembe ushayela abasebuholina sathi nasihledi sidla lapha wathi lo mnye wafika wangihlebela wathi I cannot wait for ihlelo lenu nguve ukuthi tindzaba tetimali because indzaba lenkulu kakhulu on the day kwaba tindzaba tetimali angifuni ukugcila kakhulu kuko lokho Fabrice kuma remarks akhe president wamenshina ukuthi Pearl ukhethiwe ku enhlanganweni waba i-board member emhlabeni kwase kuthi Webster Khele wakhethwa yena Africa waba i-board member in Africa Thabiso Dlamini wakhethwa ngala kuma athletics ka boxing ukuthi utawukhulumela abashayi besibhakela ekhona eAfrica ngicabanga ukuthi leto dinvo leto tona nje tiyasikhombisa ukuthi sinawo ama administrators sinawo ama athletes la ngakhona ukuthi at the highest level afike asimelela Nalokunye ke Fabrice lengicaba ukuthi angeke bese sesiyakulibala njengoba ngishilo ngathi i-performance yasibusiso bayiveta i-performance ya Region 5 taekwondo bayiveta but ngifuna kuveta naku Fabrice ukuthi kuma competitions lafana nabo Region 5 if i-taekwondo kuclear ukuthi nayihambile imixa bamvu labang5 but awubuya nema medals lang5 why asengibekise nje kuma games lamakhulu emhlabeni boma Olympics nalalamanye le taekwondo ingathole slot lesikhulu leti lot tithole according to le performance singahambisi nje ngokuthi bani uthanza
taekwondo nje they don't disappoint whenever they're out they bring something
baletha something so every time nakunale competition angaphandle abaniketwe ngibuka laba ku scholarship saka Ioga only one from taekwondo
Maniva the lady
why
the young lady
why
Carlota
why
yes Carlota yeah
why only one slot se taekwondo if baka taekwondo bebangayithola bangene ku high performance center at least 4 wabo bese ngathi sayithola i-gold medal kuma Olympics bese ngayithola surely because every time nabangaphandle babuya nako.
Time is against us, Master. Let's listen to the one of the people who spoke during the AGM, during the annual general meeting by the name of Adam Bomba Mtsetwa, the president of the organization. What does he have to say about the meeting and all logistics? Just to let you know that $500,000 was the amount of money spent by the organization during the financial year of 2022. Adam Bomba Mtsetwa for you.
Represent the Equestrian Federation of Eswatini, and this is representative within IAGA, which is the Olympic Committee, and we represent the 3 disciplines of equestrian sport in this country, namely dressage, show jumping, and eventing. So in the past few years, we've had a few challenges in development of sport, especially equestrian sport within the country. We have felt the after effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that unfortunately resulted in quite a large number of members either giving up the sport due to cost restraints or relocating, expatriates maybe leaving Swaziland, or people just deciding that perhaps equestrian wasn't the sport for them because of the sheer costs, and those are very, very big challenges in our sport, unfortunately. We have been speaking very closely with the Swaziland National Sports Council as well as IAGA, and thanks to many of the programs that they have put into place as well as the Olympic Solidarity, we have been spending a lot of time developing administration and governance, and we hope that will filter down and grow the sport again. So we've got quite a busy calendar at the moment. We personally do not partake in the Commonwealth Games. There's no equestrian in the Commonwealth Games, and Eswatini does not have a team that can go into the Olympics due to the very, very onerous qualification process. So what we are doing though is developing from Swaziland, and that is at club level. We're developing our national teams, we're developing our national coaches, we're developing our officials. So we're spending a lot of time this year looking at capacity development, we're looking at governance, and then we're looking at schools, we're looking at clubs, and just getting the children involved. A big focus is the youth at the moment. The youth, there are youth Olympic Games in equestrian which we are looking towards, and we're spending quite a lot of time engaging with our clubs and with our disciplines to see how we can get more children participating. And what that looks like is it could be anything from a pony ride at your local club to just some fun and games at a gymkhana level. But that is our focus this year, is to look at our officials and our coaches as well as the children in the country.
Now, that was Eswatini Equestrian Federation. That is also another sporting code that is under the Eswatini Olympic Commonwealth Games Association, just giving us what they are planning to do, having been part of that meeting. But now, I had introduced that we are going to listen to Adam Bomba Mtsetwa. But now, let's listen to him explaining some of the ideas of the meeting. Mr. Adam Bomba Mtsetwa, the president of IOGA.
Ngiyabonga nje lokhu unginikela ithuba kukhuluma ngedingoni mhlawumbe lobona kungathi into lethambe embili kakhulu, kepha ke now weva lama members se ka react to the presentation yamabhalane nakathula i-report yabo. Lama areas lesikhuluma ngawo kakhulu ukuthi bungathi the reason for our existence as an Olympic Committee, we exist for the athletes. Sibuke high performance area Olympic Committee. Besibika lokho nje ukuthi among other things kube nema Birmingham Commonwealth Games lapha khona sibikile lokuthi ngijimi yethu Sibusiso Mathenjwa kulabantu 8 kule category yabo waba number 7 samnika certificate lokunye i-support i-grant lesiyinika ema-members lawo lebeka active there are plus minus 8 of them uyibonile the figure was running just over $500,000 lebasically ema-associations and lokunye lesesikhulume ngako njengoba sekuhalf of the meeting naseka-reacta lama-members is that kunema-athletes ka-athletics, swimming, taekwondo, boxing, scholarship Olympic Committee, which is funded by the International Olympic Committee. And now athletes now are utilized high performance centers outside the country through the scholarship from the Olympic Committee. I think these are my highlights. Bukhona nanawe utivela khona lo mhlangano so semkhathini kepha ke nasokuvakele i-address ya president kwavakala i-report yamabhalane comprehensive report of the general secretary kube ungathi lo mhlangano vele nanawe udawuthi mhlawumbe sokubaleka ube uyiva imoto yawo ukuthi ubhekephi siyabonga nje kakhulu nema-members lokunye lekakutusako na ukhuluma ngathi lumi lwesizulu noma lesingisi but lebe ku-highlighthwe ngiyo nayo i-board is that is the near completion of our healthcare trust lapha sakha khona lesibikile ukuthi nakuyophela inyanga letako itabe seyivulwa and siyakhuluma nendlunkulu yema-sports i-ministry nalawo ma-plans ngoba sitabe sivakashelwe lekungakaze kwendeke and sikhuluma ngane silombi ukuthi it will be an unprecedented occasion because sitabe sine ezididataniswa tethu ngeke ngibabale balakhale batabe bahostele babe kuhamba but utabe akhona president we-Africa Olympic Committee anoka sitabe sinaye nalabanye labakhulu baka-OC lebangibona bafanda le project yethu i-headquarters lokunye lokuvile nanawe nasikhuluma la kubonga ukuthi i-team lebeyikhona ye-board lesiyilandzele ngiyo leya initiator le project which we are proud about and vile sikubonga nako lokho and mhlawumbe utabe nawe ukhona mhla ka-25 sesiyivula officially.
Is Adam Bamba Mtsetwa. Now moving on, there is the Eswatini Netball Association. Over the weekend they had a strategic meeting where they're looking at how they look to plan the year of activities in 2023. And they are just from ranking number 29 in the world, having of course took part of the World Cup qualifiers expected to take place in Cape Town later on. What is the president of Netball Association, Ndombe Masango, has to say about their preparations and other plans they have for the year 2023? All right, now we're still waiting for that interview. Ngos bokona Ndomasang utsini kahle kahle na umuva in terms of preparing for the year 2023.
Fabrice, le strategic meeting saka netball over the weekend besesibili basibamba sekuqala then babamba lesibili and facilitator wabo Mr. Sidney Smilane, former CEO waka IOGA, seasoned administrator, and oke waba ke nga outside the country lapho khona wasebenta matutane nebaka netball. So bamlethile ukuthi atoka asherishe babuke nendlela bangadevelopa ngayo le sport nekuhambisa kakhulu ukuthi yini le kumele bayihambisa kakhulu as bo coach because lapha bekuhlangene the executive kuhlangene the coaches kuhlangene bo umpire bo onke lama leagues so ngicabanga sithi invo leto letibuka kakhulu but kakhulu Mr Sidis Melane ewahambisa phambili kusho ukuthi bamvu labamcokwa ngulabadlali before kufike wena coach before kufike wena umpire ngulomdlali before kufike wena administrator ngulomdlali.
All right, now let's move on now. Tech ball as another sport that was back to action this coming weekend. There was the resumption of the Tech ball league. When we talk about the resumption, talk about the league that was resuming over the weekend. I want us to touch on some of the things, but let's hear some of the speakers from the Tech ball, as we can see. Then when we come back, I'll talk to the technical director of the association in Dlamini and some of the speakers who mentioned how the league was on the day from the Tech ball Federation.
I think it went well. Okay, qaleni ngicabanga sibena ngokwesaba because asikadayeli but ezisidlala sibonile ukuthi no sports lo fundza kokiso lesilula nasiphole nje coach isipreparation kahle. I think sizwe sefika abakudlala sifike ezingeni lelisetulu sigcine sesibona nathi ema team lesiwabonile namuhla la ngathi afit sigcine nathi sesilinganiselana nawo but nje the main goal vele kutaba ukuthi nasidlalele kuwina each and every match ukuthi sigcine swinile lezana. I think kuvumelekile lo ukuthi sikwende because nanyalo kube nale short notice lokuze sijoin nanyalo but nakuvule kwathi ikola sta recruits asicele bamvu but inside the school because kutaba imvo yeUNESWA vele.
Sidlalile kudlala kebhanjeke umdlalo wesemdlalile akufile sijabulisile because of some short time le esithola ngalo luphuba ukuthi sijime but sithemba lokuthi sikhathi sisachubeka sikawena sholo ukuthi we are improving kule Tech ball. Esifise kakhulu kuchubekela phambili ikakhulu singene bo top 2 kule Tech ball. Lapho lesuka khona insingweni sishaywa indzawo lekakhulu yekujima sithe kahle indzawo yekujima kepha nje ke besa neplan ukuthi masingapfula indzawo lekahle ukuthi sijime because bamvu labaningi bayakuthakasela iTech ball.
So far kuhambe kahle although besicala most of us bebacala and it's been a long period singayidlali le Tech ball and nema training section yinto lesingayi-attend kahle especially labanye bethu abakhashanyana kunathi and isikhathi esiningi vele sifocusa isikhathi esiningi sispenda kuma-soccer games than lelitafula but siphule out labanye maybe lababhacile same labafihle nama-drugs ngoba inkumbi ema-youngsters hayi ukuthi ngesayidlala i-Tech ball angayidlala though babulawa ukuthi basabanjwe tinfo leti tawulimata sometimes imitimba yabo kani leli lithuba lekuthi umuntu nje noma ngabe sokhulile noma ngabe somncane utibonakalise talent lakho lonalo lophiwe lona and sibonga kakhulu kuma sponsors for such development.
Now, the resumption of the Tech ball league, we talk about some of the log standing, and look at also some of the games that play over the weekend. Quickly, log standings and the results master. Some of the teams that Singa would say they impressed you performance-wise over the weekend as we look at the results and the log stand.
Fabrice, there's a new team from UNESWA. I think one team like cishe yadlala kahle and nobuka cishe onke even nalama results ukhuluma abo Black Monopoly yes bakhala phasi egemini ekuqala emathekazi ngicabanga ukuthi they are proving ukuthi week in week out nabadlala bawina against Insingwane Blues so uyabona ukuthi the most experienced cishe bona bayadlala because UNESWA nje yakhala phasi kumhlambanyathi 3-0 yes mhlambanyathi ayisiko new but some of my players abo cishe abakayidlala isikhathi lesizwe njengoba sivile kulama interviews but njengoba uyibona ukuthi ilog emathekazi
tough between number 1 and number 5 everyone has 3 points
yeah about 5 teams lana 3 points bese ukuthi the rest Firstborn Tech yabo Stanford Ngube namdura Mdura unavailable on the day, Mazini cancel, Black Monopoly UNESCO njoba ngishilo ngathi yinsha UNESCO but Singweni Blues all the way from Eluve, so ungacabanga but ngicabanga ukuthi ku round 2 batawubuya labanye because some of Emma players abo bebangekho.
Now, 3 points. Talking about 3 points and 3 goals in a thrilling victory at the Prince of Wales in Mbabane. And Mbabane Swallows were able to beat Tambuti. Coming into the game, are they gaining momentum as when you look at them, maybe in the presence of the director and supporters who couldn't come into the stadium had to find means to watch the game? But are they coming up slowly? Now Mbabane Swallows.
Yes, Fabrice, igame lena ledlalwe behind closed doors. Mbabane Swallows versus yona Tambuti, yes. Ngicabanga ukuthi Fabrice Mbabane Swallows 3 games la sawu coachile na coach Caleb wakangwenya ukhale phasi kumunye kancane ngicabanga ukuthi uyabonakala ukuthi uyabuya Felix ulitholile igoli lekuqala wase sewuthola that tackle wathola i-red card ngicabanga ukuthi bekayideserve Fabrice. Yes, deserve. Career ending tackle.
Career ending.
Yeah, career ending. I know it wasn't intentionally, but
Tiger being introduced.
Tiger introduced our club president, former Manzini Wanderers player Tiger, introduced ku president.
What a talent.
Yeah, we talented midfielder umdlalo national team lengakusho and kunaletinye tindzaba Fabrice lengenteka sivuke nato kusasa noma umgcibelo former Manzini Wanderers striker ngenteka a join one of Emma teams aseMbabane, but Mbabane Swallows on the day ngicabanga ukuthi the experience because now ukuthi Felix scored, Sandile scored, Bashir scored. I think all the goals now wabuka kube ma-headers.
But weak defense by Tambuti, I mean.
Yeah, Fabrice, I'm not happy ngendlela iTambuti le dlale ngayo, yes bakhala pass even na last game, but ngicabanga ukuthi abakadlali kahle and for Mbabane Swallows bona bakhonile ukuthi bafike bajime ePrince of Wales before this game, so ngicabanga ukuthi nabo bavuma even nayo le pitch.
Sunday, what a miss, he could have put that in the back of the net. But slowly, are they the real deal, or there's so much work to be done? Siyabona phuphu mama skills lapha nalapho, but are they the real deal? Noma when you look at the difference between them and Buffaloes, who are currently in the form, it's too big. The difference is too big. What a mistake.
Yeah, even nalo ligoli le Tambuti ngicabanga ukuthi kube mistake school ball.
Ulicala yini logo master ukuthi ungashuthi game hlele ngaphandle?
Yeah, now lapha technical area Fabrice awukavumeleki ukuthi wende lokho. In fact nje labadlali abahleli lapha phasa akamele ukuthi baphase incingo.
Singamcharger na.
No, not thini.
Yes.
Not thini. Premier League. If itakubona lokho kumele ukuthi ibacharge akavumeleke ukuthi kwendeke lokho. But ngicabanga ukuthi njoba ngisho ukuthi bekangekho ama fans lamanye azamile kubuka from etihlahleni but Fabrice emaswati ibhola ayithanza Mbabane Swallows idlala without ama fans ema games lang 2 even next game but angekho ama fans because kunasa sigameko lesendeka last year, but ngicabanga overall it was a beautiful ball game. Ashayiwe amagoli 3 or 4 goals lashayiwe on the day ngicabanga yeah, but the fans ayifuna ibhola bayithanza team yabo, so bebagibela etihlahleni vele.
But Master, I have a question before we close. Nasithi behind closed doors, asibambe lesithombe lesi. Nasithi bambe behind closed doors. Bese the fence bavela then inside on top of the trees. It's no more behind closed doors.
It's not.
Then okay, mixengane ku facility lengeke bavumele ukuthi bakhona ukubukela because it's no more close.
Ngiphi la bavumele babuka kuyo Fabrice?
Ungcono mavuso.
Ungcono ngani mavuso uthi khona ihlahla ngala emsholo ngeshaye kwalomgwaqo labe bangagibela khona. So ngicabanga ukuthi akusiyo indzaba ema fans because ema fans atawuzama ngato tonke indlela ukuthi vele agibele ihlahleni abuke. I-security kumele ukuthi inahuzwe idablishwe ukuze batawukhona ukuthi lama fans angatogibela ihlahleni because batawudala nengoti.
Singayikhuluma But time is against us. It was lovely being here. Thank you very much. I know you have a long weekend starting Saturday in the morning at 5 o'clock. You should be at Mbaga covering the epilepsy event, and we wish you all the best. And later on, M10 Premier League, what a weekend you have. Thank you very much for being here. They have it. That is Eswatini TV, that is Temidlalo, and that is the production we had for you today. You and I will once again meet next week Thursday as we look at some of the activities that will be taking place this coming weekend, including next weekend. Silvera Gamnanz.